You say we're just friends, but I swear when Khalid, whatever. Sorry, my guy, if you're listening, but when he dropped that album, like I didn't care because I was just like, whatever. Like it's not. I think Saturday was a song that I listened to like a lot, but then I like was listening to it while I was on like a really quick trip, and it was just like not a great trip. So that whole album is scarred for me, but. Hey guys, what's up? As you may notice, if you're listening, if you're seeing this, we're back with another rebrand. I was feeling bad about it this morning. I truly was. But then I was like, wait a second. Because when a baby is developing, correct? The early stages, literally things change so quickly for them. They're growing at such a rapid rate that like they can't even 3 months versus 7 months, completely different. So that's how I see this whole little space of ours. Same content. It'll be the same content, just like a different name while I play with it. And really learn how to differentiate different brands that come out of the same noggin. You got me. Anyway, when Khalid dropped that album, it was just like very an interesting time. For sure. I think I was a senior in college. Yep, it was a rapid trip to Texas. Never take a rapid trip to Texas. Should I tell that story one time? Maybe I will. But it wasn't like connected to like a guy or anything. It was just like a rapid trip to Texas. I missed you guys. Hi, how are you? Um, I hope you liked if you haven't done the guided meditation, do that because I don't know. It was amazing to record and I feel like it's amazing to do if you are feeling up to it. What else? Oh, I took another rapid trip myself. Rapid trips for the win. I don't know when that will change, but like I took another rapid trip last week. Hit the old SE. No, I didn't hit South Africa. I hit Zim, which is Zambia to me. Yeah, because I'm Zimbabwean. Like you want me to do the accent? I'll do the accent. Ready? I'm from Zimbabwe originally. That's where I'm from. That's where I was born. But we speak Shona in the house. Like in my house is Zimbabwe and outside is like whatever. See that there? And then see what I did there? See, now I'm gonna just like tweak my little accent just like a teensy weensy bit and I'm back to an Americana queen. However, I don't identify in that way. So yeah, I took a quick trippy trip, little express Ethiopian Airways. Like literally like that it's literally like the airline of like the entire continent basically. Like no one wants to go there. Maybe South African, but South African's like really expensive, so it's like one competitor. So it's like South African and Ethiopian. And Ethiopian sucks. Regardless if you're like in business or like it doesn't matter. It's like the worst. However, it gets you there and they're kind. Or as kind as they can get. Anyway, enough about me and what I've been up to and what I've been doing. I feel rejuvenated. I feel lifted. I really miss it and I want to go back, and I am coming face to face with the fact that we have 2 months left in the year, 2 months left until I move back to the city, and I'm just okay, not 2 months, 3 months. But yeah, there's a few things that the good Lord told me to push and finish before the end of the year, and I'm starting to feel overwhelmed and understanding why I was avoiding them the entire year. So if you're in that boat and you're feeling that like 3 month like aside, it will be good. Just institute different systems to get things done because you know what you have to get done. It's not like you have to figure out what to get done. You just have to have the discipline to do it. And so for me personally, aside from my dietary experiments, which include like juicing. Is that an experiment? That's literally an act. And my like rawness, like we're just, it's a lot of raw foods back at it because I really just feel the most alive while doing it. And I was like I was doing like the Daniel fast before Zim because I was like doing that. You should look it up if you don't know what it is, but I was doing it for purification of spirit purposes. And then I finished and I was like, oh my God, like there is no other way to live. So yeah, there's that. And I took like a little break and then I had like a like while I was there, like I just like let myself eat like whatever I wanted. And I was like, okay, I don't actually enjoy this. I don't like this at all. It's really debilitating to my system. Not sure how I ate like this before, but now that I am back on track, I'm feeling good. Feeling good. And I understand now. I understand a lot of things. And when I am finished with this healing process, baby G, there will be something for you people to also heal yourselves if you're having issues with food. The topic of today, the reason for the season, the reason I am here talking to you guys, because I never do it because I have to. I do it when I have something to say, and I have something to say. Surprise! Hyperproductivity. Hyperproductivity, as I'm coming off of the heels of talking about creating systems to get things done. Hyperproductivity. Okay, so I had an epiphany this morning while I was walking, and I've shortened my walks greatly. I used to walk like 6 miles, 10 miles a morning, and it was, looking back, I don't think I was mentally in a good place. Like, who does that? Like, I just don't think things were okay, and I was coping with that, and hey, it literally got me on the ramp to skinny legend status, but that was weird, for sure. A little weird. Like I think I got like a brand new pair of I don't know. They're the Nikes that are like for running, and then I ran them down, basically, like the rubber, like they're meant for distance running, and I ran them down walking 10 miles a day. Like, it was ridiculous. Okay, so you know when you're like supposed to be let me think. So, like, you know, and sometimes in life when you're like really busy with stuff, like things are happening, you have things to do, you have places to be, you're either moving or you're applying for things. There's a tangible goal that you're moving behind or moving towards, or you're trying to like finish a degree, or you're trying to meet a goal. Like you're efforting towards something that has a tangible result that you can feel. You know what I mean? So like I mentioned, like things like applying for jobs, applying for internships, studying, preparing for some marathon, preparing for something. When you have something that has like a tangible result, like you're efforting towards something that is destined to happen, like graduating, like getting a job, like, you know what I mean? It's very easy to not be in the present moment. Right? Because in the back of your mind, yes, it's Tuesday, the event is in a few months, or the thing is in a few months or a few years, and you're having that in the back of your mind that that's a sure thing. You're in a safety net because you understand that, like, yes, it may feel like everything is just like whatever, but there will come a day, and you know that day, it's like graduation day. You know that day, and something will commence or happen on that day. This happens a lot post-grad, actually, because like, that's the only thing I've experienced. I'm fucking 24 years old. Like, what do you want from me? But it happens a lot post-grad because you're in this like kind of like sprint mode, and you're either planning your next moves after graduation, or you're just like sprint, and then you arrive and you're like, okay, cool. Now what? You know what I mean? And I never got to live in that now what stage, because honestly, I was like in fight or flight mode until the pandemic ushered me back into my childhood bedroom, which is fine. Like, I really needed this time. Super grateful for it. But like, it just, all of a sudden, there's nothing to effort towards. Yeah, you can use yourself as like your personal wellness project, and yeah, you can do this stuff, and you can decide you're training for a marathon, but there's no longer that thing, right? And you're forced to be in the present moment, because this is what you were running towards, this thing, this time, this place. And now that you're in this thing, this time, this place, you don't know how to enjoy it, right? So in your mind, you're thinking, even though you're on a walk on a random Tuesday morning, you're like, okay, I gotta walk fast during this walk because I gotta go, because I have something else to do. I have to do my Tracy Anderson after this. And then while you're doing your Tracy Anderson, if y'all don't know about Tracy Anderson, look up my good sis, because she really, Pilates has nothing on this woman's system. When you're doing your Tracy Anderson, you're like, oh gosh, okay, like I have to do this before this. Let me make sure that I like reach out to this person by the end of the week. All of this stuff and you are never sitting in the present moment. And then you get on spiritual TikTok or manifesting TikTok and you're like, oh my gosh, my manifestations, XYZ. Or you're talking, or you're thinking about like the person that you're quote unquote dating, or your recent like Hinge horror story or whatever. And you're still not like in the present moment, right? You're like running after something. Like you can pull yourself in that second, in that instance, into the present moment. You're like, oh, this is what it feels like. Cool. That feels great. Amazing. But then you like revert back to your natural disposition of reaching, of aspiring, of efforting, of like running towards, even mentally, even throughout the day, not just like long-term stuff, right? And what this is like, I think it's exacerbated. Is that the word? Whatever. Proliferated. I don't know. It's multiplied. It's amplified. What is the, you know how there's like a prefix and a suffix? What does IED? What is that suffix? Guys, struggling. But it's kind of amplified by the idea of growing up like in a household or like in an environment where productivity was rewarded, right? So like I'm not a behavioral researcher or anything, so I don't really know any studies to cite. Ugh. Should I have done research? We don't do research around here. We go by vibes only. Fuck the research. Those who grow up in these environments where hyperproductivity is rewarded, you're kind of more prone to make yourself hyper productive, to feel like appreciated by your environment. Not really appreciated, but to feel like you are constructively contributing to your environment and to your own growth. When in reality, just appreciating the moment and annexing or like cutting off completely the idea of I have to be productive is just as conducive to your growth. Because let me tell you, that's the thing, this cycle, it'll perpetuate. And then when you find yourself in this dream state of a dream life, and you're like, I literally feel like a guru right now. Have I ascended? What is happening to me? I don't know how to explain it. I have literally gone to a new level, and I just am looking around like, where am I at? Is my pulse still pulsing? Shit, what was I saying? But like, find yourself like in this dream state of life, right? This like, oh my God, wrote about this. I did all this. I manifested this. I wanted this. I wrote this. God, thank you. All of this stuff. And you won't be able to enjoy it because what? Because your mind is running somewhere else, because you've decided that this pattern of running somewhere else is what's best for you, what's most advantageous for you, you know? Side note, whenever the words come out without me thinking about them, we're on the right track. Hello, angels. Thank you for entering the space. We are having a great conversation. Please continue to speak for me. But you basically come into this like understanding that like you can't enjoy things as they are, because you're telling yourself, if I'm not being productive, if I'm not thinking about the next move, it's like kind of like an anxious thing. It's anxiety. It's thinking that your value is derived from what you do, when in reality, your value is literally just who you are. Like a flower petal, okay. We're not like, oh, damn, look at that one on the left fucking things up. It's really not carrying its weight. It really should study on how to become a better, more effective flower petal. And it really should think about how it's going to stand and bend itself when the sun is at 36 degrees. Like, no one cares, okay? The flower is pretty. It's fine. Its job is to be hot and cute. Like, do you get that? It's okay to be here right now. And productivity isn't real. There's nothing you can run to accelerate divine timing. And I think I'm especially talking to my girlies and guys and whoever else is listening that like feel like you've reached a mini goal in your big master plan. Congratulations, my dear. Congratulations. I am sending you so much love. I knew you could do it, and you did too. And the world, everything is in support of you. And now you're like, oh, should I be like, what is next? What about nothing's next. Sit down. Sit your ass down and do not do any, just relax, just enjoy living and existing. Everything is happening in divine timing. I know it may seem like you can somehow accelerate divine timing or somehow make divine timing give you a heads up on what's to come. not going to do that. All you got to do is sit there and say, thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. It's actually exercising your feminine energy, which is your receptive mode, or your ability to like, what am I saying? Like your ability to receive, because like women receive, we're not women, but like the feminine energy receives and the masculine energy gives. You should lean into and tap into that. Guys and girls included. Doesn't matter what your physical sex is. It's all about balance, yin and yang. And you deserve, just like anybody, to enjoy life as it is, how it is right now in this moment. And know that you're sitting there and enjoying it is not going to rob your future of its quality. It's not. It's just simply not going to happen. That's a ridiculous thought because you didn't even ask for it. To the degree in which you're going to get it. You don't have the faculties mentally, spiritually to ask for the beauty that is actually like destined for you. You don't have it. You don't have it. It doesn't exist. Like you can't do it. You're wowed and dazzled every single time. Do you not? Like let's use, if we're going to use our rationality caps, let's use them productively, please. Like I'm tired. Like it's okay. Enjoy right now. If you want, look up slow living on YouTube. It's like a whole thing. It's kind of freaks me out, but like, I guess people do it and then take videos of them slow living, but do they take videos of them producing the content around slow living? But that's not, okay. That's not a fair assessment because I think they like tap into like their state of flow, which is kind of what I'm talking about. So just do the things you enjoy. You don't have to be hyper productive. Just do the things you enjoy. A good example is whenever I took my little social media break in August, I literally shut down everything. And the only thing I wanted to do was talk to you guys. So, hello. I just did that because it was fun, not because I had to. You see, do you feel me? Do you understand? I hope the message came through how it was supposed to. I'm getting like a feeling that it somehow did, like around my right side of my head. So like, y'all got it. I love you. And I will see you next time whenever we do what we do when we're in this purse. Yeah, okay. As an aside, do y'all like, it really bothers me when like millennials are like, watch this space. What space am I watching? Like, I don't even have a bookmark for your like invisible project. Please leave me alone. Watch what space? Like, you know. Okay. Anyway. Mwah. Also, I started retinol at 5%. This is intense. I basically do anything the people I follow tell me to do. It's bad. We're working on it. I'll let you know how that goes too. Love you lots. I will see you soon on some port of the internet.